Welcome to Steve's Random Thoughts. Have you ever noticed that the world constantly is sending us mixed messages? On the one hand, we're told to be humble. Don't brag. Don't think too highly of yourself. Stay grounded. On the other hand, we're bombarded with messages telling us to build your brand, promote yourself, and somehow convince the world we're more important than everybody else. But somewhere in the middle of that noise, I've come to believe that there's a simple truth that gets overlooked. Don't think less of yourself. Think of yourself less. Now, before anybody misunderstands that, let me explain. That does not mean that you should beat yourself up. It doesn't mean pretending you have no value, no talent, or no purpose. Far too many people already struggle with feelings of inadequacy. They walk around believing they're not smart enough, talented enough, attractive enough, successful enough, or good enough. That ain't humility, y'all. That's insecurity. Believe me, I know. Been there, done that. Especially in my younger life. I wasn't the most popular kid. I was never the big man on campus, or the ladies' man. I thought of myself as a nerd or as a geek, and as a result, I didn't have what you'd call people skills. It took me years to develop such skills, in a large part thanks to Toastmasters. Toastmasters gave me the chance to learn, to grow, and I'm remaining in Toastmasters because it not only gives me the opportunity to continue to learn and grow, but also to help others learn and grow as well. In other words, paying it forward. If you want to learn more about Toastmasters, visit their website, toastmasters.org. Well, speaking of learning, here's what I've learned. You are created with gifts, strengths, and a purpose. You have experiences nobody else has had. You bring something to the table that no one else can fully duplicate. Thinking less of yourself, believing you don't matter, it isn't healthy. And honestly, it's not true. But there's another danger. Sometimes we get wrapped up in ourselves, that life becomes all about me, my problems, my frustrations, my recognition, my feelings, my opinions, my success. And when life becomes centered on ourselves, we end up exhausted, disappointed, and strangely disconnected from other people. Now here's something I've noticed throughout the years. Some of the happiest people that I know aren't necessarily the wealthiest, the most famous, or the most successful. They are the people who have learned to focus outward. They serve others. They encourage people. They listen. They volunteer. They mentor. They give. They show kindness even when nobody's watching. And in the process, something amazing happens. They stop obsessing over themselves. Ironically, when we spend less time staring inward and more time looking outward, we often become healthier emotionally. Think about it. When you're helping a neighbor, volunteering at church, serving in a civic club, checking on an elderly friend, mentoring someone younger, or simply making somebody smile, you're not sitting there replaying your insecurities. You're living with purpose. That doesn't mean ignoring your own needs. We all need rest. We all need healthy boundaries. And we all need encouragement sometimes. But maybe the answer to feeling stuck isn't always more self-focus. Maybe sometimes the answer is getting outside ourselves. Maybe it's asking, who can I help today? Who needs encouragement? Who's hurting that I can make life a little bit easier for? When you stop making yourself the center of your own universe, life often starts making a whole lot more sense. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. That idea has stuck with me. You matter. You have worth. You don't need to shrink yourself or apologize for who you are. But at the same time, life gets richer when it becomes less about us and more about what we can do for others. So today, here's a random thought worth carrying with you. Don't think less of yourself. Think of yourself less. You might just find that the more you pour into others, the fuller your own heart becomes. Well, those are my thoughts today, y'all. Whether you're listening on YouTube or reading my blog at stevesrandomthoughts.com, thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Be kind to one another, and until next time, peace out, y'all. You have been listening to Steve's Random Thoughts, hosted, edited, and produced by Steve Williams. Thank you for listening. Please visit sublignavalley.us for the rest of our multimedia family. And again,